What's up, everyone? After we were done recording today, as usual, we had a couple of things hit that I thought was a little important. I wish we could have talked about on the show. Unfortunately, we weren't able to because they didn't drop until later that day. The first one up is Chloe Grace Moretz had a little interview. Entertainment Tonight caught up with the actress, and I'll read you what happened. So they asked her if she was going to dye her hair red for the starring role in The Little Mermaid. And she said no. I wanted red hair, she confessed, but the film is based on the Hans Christian Andersen 1837 fairy tale, not the popular 1989 Disney animated film that is etched into a lot of people's memories, including mine, because it's one of my favorite. So I'll actually have blonde hair, she offered. That matches how the character was illustrated in the original book, with long, sandy blonde hair. She also said that her Little Mermaid movie will be a modern, revisionist tale, and it will be progressive for young women in this day and age. Now, I respect everything that she said. I do get they're doing the Hans Christian fairy tale, not the Disney animated fairy tale. But I don't care. You can meld the two together. And if it's what will please more people, give her red hair. She wants red hair, give her red hair. Most people would want the red hair. I personally want the red hair. And for me, that is your first strike on this film. Now, I know there's probably some issues here because it's Universal doing this movie. So they might actually not be able to use the red hair because of some sort of copyright infringement that Disney has over the red-headed mermaid. But I would see if there's any way, if there is any way to get around that. I would really hope that they could do it, because for me, and I think for a lot of people, would like to see Ariel, the red-headed mermaid. The other thing that happened today was, it is official now. We are getting the Star Trek Beyond trailer in front of the Star Wars movie. There are going to be nerd tears, nerdgasm, nerd boners everywhere. I'm going to need a freaking nap before Star Wars actually starts. But the problem is Star Wars is going to kick on, and then my excitement level is just going to be going through the roof from when the trailers start all the way to the end of the movie. I'm going to need a week to recover from all the excitement that's happening during this movie. As of right now, the Batman vs. Superman, which everybody has seen, is said to possibly be before the Star Wars trailer. Before the Star Wars movie. Then you also have the next Deadpool possible trailer. You have X-Men Days of Future Past, the first teaser that's going to happen before the Star Wars movie. And then on top of that, now we're getting Star Trek Beyond. It's going to be so fucking awesome. I cannot wait for this movie. It's here in just a week and a half. I am so excited. I get to see it twice within that one weekend, and I'm really excited to see it. So I'm gonna call this quits right now. I wanted to throw that stuff out there for you guys so that I was kind of a little more relevant. We had some, decent stuff kind of drop. So now I'm just gonna go, and we're gonna get right into the show right now. Let's go.
Please sign into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. Now enjoy Cinetalk with the one and only Cinebros.
What's up, Cinemaniacs? We are back. We are back with number 26 on the board here. Cinetalk, episode number 26. And who is we? We is me, and I am Shane Moore. And who is the other person on this panel? The usual suspect. We have Mr. Sir Guy Man Chadwick Davis.
Yes.
Throwing a lot of different ways to call you something before your name.
Yeah, I don't even know if you've ever actually said my real name on the podcast ever. It's
Chad.
The Beaver Hunter, every name except for Chad Davis.
You could be in the next Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, but you could be like the Beaver Hunter, because they have to hunt down the Zombievers.
Yeah, the Zombievers.
Yes, and then you
tie it all together.
Yeah, and
I like that.
They have to get the guy from Maine.
I like that.
Who is all about the beeve.
Yeah, the beeve.
So yes, we are the Cinebros. The lighting's a little off. I have to try and fix it a little bit. But other than that, what is Cinetalk? Cinetalk is where a couple guys like us, movie lovers, who have seen an abundance of movies,
Yeah.
especially this year.
Too many.
I'm approaching 60 on the 2015 release list.
2015.
And you're like trying to get to your 250 new to you films by the end of the year.
I'm not gonna get there.
What are you up to?
I'm 120 something, I think. 127.
You were like 127.
127
like just a couple days ago.
I watched one last night, so 128.
So you're getting closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be impossible. for you to get there.
Literally impossible.
But if you can get to 150, that's pretty impressive.
I could get the
impressive
I
number.
could get the 150.
That's an impressive number.
Yeah.
If you get those Star Wars numbers, those movies in, that's another 5 films because you've only watched the number 4.
Yeah.
You know, New Hope.
I'm probably
That's all
only
you
gonna watch
watched.
4 and 5. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Still, that'll get you 130.
4, 5, 5, and 6. I watch 4, 5, and 6,
All right.
and then 7, obviously, because we're going together. So
Yeah, big group.
yeah, 10 of us.
We're kind of segregated a little bit.
That's all right.
There's gonna be a buffer of about 10 people in between us. I got a bunch of 5 on one side and 5 on the other side. The middle was all taken.
That's all good.
Yeah, but hey, we got Star Wars tickets.
Yeah, I mean,
Thursday night, December
First one.
17th.
first showing.
First showing.
Then we can come back and do a podcast about it.
If we didn't die by the end of it because of excitement,
Well, you guys might. I won't.
I might explode. I might explode in the restaurant before.
You and old school Wayne, I know, is wicked excited for it. So
Is he really?
oh yeah,
And he's coming with you?
yeah, he's coming with me,
Awesome.
and he's bringing his son, the one that couldn't mail a letter. So we get to rag on him a little bit too. I've never met him
How's that
before.
mailing
So
system working out for you?
hey, that's the first thing I'm gonna say to him.
Oh, that's gonna be the running joke for the night. Everyone's gonna be asking like, "Hey, can you mail that?" Oh no, you can't. Don't worry about it. What's your address? Can you put it in the right box? Oh my lord.
Yeah, he's gonna hate us by the end of. He's like 18. He's gonna pound the shit out of us probably.
Oh yeah. That's
We're
awesome.
old and slow, so we.
Yeah. Yeah, if he's 18, I almost got 20 years on him. That
can't-
could be good life experience, but that could also be just, osteoporosis kicking in, rheumatoid arthritis.
I can't imagine having old school Wayne as a dad though.
Oh my lord. You'd get some serious education.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, that
Well,
dude
except
has.
for the mail. He forgot about the mail.
He
but
skipped
everything-
that whole mail part. Yeah.
But holy cow, man.
Oh, that dude has no filter.
And he is hilarious.
Yeah, hilarious. Yes.
One of the guys who actually does all like the little drops for us, like the Fuck, Marry, Kill, and the
Yeah.
news and all that stuff. His name is Greg Fossler, and he lives in like Philly.
Yeah.
He's kind of far away, but I met him through like the DJ community and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And he was like, dude, that guy is gold. That guy is hilarious. He needs to be on everything all the time. And I was like, yeah, dude, I would love to have him back on again.
Oh, we're gonna get him back on.
We'll
Yeah,
get him back on
definitely.
at some point in time. I'm getting to the point where we're hopefully, I don't know how I'm gonna exactly do this, but I am getting to the point where we're gonna be having a little bit more of a filter. We can, drop the F-bomb every once in a while, but I'm trying to keep it so that people can listen to their car if they have kids in there and not be too, but I don't know.
It's
if
gonna
I'll
be
really
tough
do that.
with me, you know
especially,
that.
especially with the Fuck, Marry, Kill to start. So it's going to have to be like, beep, Marry, Kill.
Freak, Marry, Kill.
Yeah, I don't like kiss, Marry, kill. Ooh, that's stupid. I'm thinking maybe like a long beep with no fuck in it and then Marry, Kill.
It's gonna be tough. You didn't tell me about this. This is gonna be tough for me.
I have noticed that, like, I think that, especially with the podcast, I think that it would help so that people could listen to it in their car while they have their kids in their car with them. Like, kids are probably playing a game or watching the DVD player or whatever they're doing, but you don't want to be the one to corrupt them. Well, I don't want to be the one to corrupt them. Chad's like, well, maybe you.
If I get credit for something around here.
Chad taught me the word fuck.
It would be cool after the Star Wars if we get all 10 of us down here.
Where the hell are we gonna fit?
Just
We could rotate
conveyor
a rotating
belt.
panel.
A conveyor belt going
Yeah,
around.
a rotating panel.
I loved it.
Yeah. Brian just sticks his face right up to the camera. Oh my God! Penetron has so much to live up to. All right, so we're gonna go on to the first topic. The first topic here that we always do well, we usually do is Fuck, Marry, Kill, but we're not doing that today.
Yeah.
We've kind of skipped over that a little bit. We will get back to that eventually. We're just going to give it a little time to breathe, trying to switch up some segments and stuff like that. But this first topic is new news. And that is box office recap. We're going to start off with that. And here are the top 5 at the box office this weekend. I'm going to go to Box Office Mojo right now and see what is up. All right. I like this. That was a good selection by me in the new. I don't even know if we're actually really playing in the movie league.
This we're going to take a break.
Take a break.
I want to build it up a little bit more. So the new season is right now. Mm-hmm. So
how long does the season last? 13 weeks?
I think it's like 13 weeks. So I mean, officially the first season for us has ended.
Okay.
We have a champion. I will announce that later.
All right.
And,
I can't wait to hear. I know who it is, but
yeah.
I forgot to play one week.
Yeah.
The last week of the season, I forgot to play. I had so much stuff on my plate. I was just like, I go and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. I got like, was it the Peanuts movie was still in there?
Oh, yeah. You had 3 movies. That was it.
Oh, it was terrible. I was like, I couldn't believe that. I usually do it like in the middle of the week too, get it all done. But I've been depressed because with the box office whole breakdown thing, I used to do a predictions forecast, I used to call it. But my goal was to get to 70% by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. I was floating around like 61%, and I did the math, and there was no way I could get to 70%.
Yeah, no, you'd have to.
So I was like, I mean, 61% isn't bad.
Yeah.
For the whole year, but I was like, the highest I could have got to was like 65.5% or something. If I got all the rest correct.
61% from the free throw line is not good though.
No, from the 3-point line it is.
From the 3-point line is good.
From anywhere other than the free throw line, it's good. All right, so I'm gonna read them off to you real quick. Finishing first in the first slot is The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 2 with $18.6 million with a 64.2% drop.
Jesus. In
the second slot here is the movie that I really wanted to see last weekend and I just wasn't able to get out and see it. And I think Chad has seen it. And that is the new movie Krampus. If I don't do that, Brian and what's that guy's name again? The guy who was in here was talking about it while horror stuff and Halloween.
Oh, Greg.
Yep. He would get mad at me too. He was like,
yeah, he was like official about it.
That finished at basically 16 million.
Yep.
In only 2,900 theaters. Yeah. Creed in the third spot at 15.5. At a 47% drop, which isn't terrible. In the number 4 slot, we had The Good Dinosaur at 15.5 mil. 60% drop, which is actually a pretty big drop considering it's like the most recent one that came out. Got a lot of good word of mouth too, and doesn't seem like it's really like getting people out to go see it, which is unfortunate. I'm sure it'll have long legs, and it'll probably it'll probably be making somewhere between 5 and 10 million all the way up until mid-January.
Yeah.
Last up in the 5th slot is the movie Spectre, which barely edged out The Night Before, which I'm glad The Night Before is kind of still hanging in there. Spectre finished at $5.4 million with a 58% drop. So is there anything here that you are concerned with, or that you expected, didn't expect? What?
I wish Krampus would have been number 1.
Yeah.
I wish it would have got more theaters. If it would have got more theaters, it definitely would have been number 1. I mean, it barely lost to Mockingjay.
$2.5 million.
Yeah, and it was in 1,000 less theaters. So, it did really well at the. I mean, it averaged 5,500. I mean,
$1,000 more. Per
theater. I wish it would have got more. Everybody needs to see this movie. Mm-hmm. It is.
You liked it a lot?
I loved it. Yeah,
awesome.
I loved it. Me and my roommate went, and he's not really into the horror movie kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And after the movie, he is like, that movie was pretty damn good. A lot more comedy in it than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, really. Yeah. I mean,
and the trailers do nothing for it, like, because like it's totally. I got the back echo now.
Yeah, you got a little bit. I want to be able to hear the music when I play it.
So that's gonna throw me off.
It's always there. It just wasn't. That's not getting edited out either. We're keeping that in. All right, we have 30 seconds left. What else do you have to say about Krampus?
Oh yeah. Definitely go see it. I mean, I'm telling everybody to go see that movie. Even if you're not into the horror films, you're gonna enjoy this movie. Adam Scott was good in it, and I keep on forgetting his name, but the bald-headed guy from he's from Waiting and
Champ.
yeah, Anchorman. Yeah, he was hilarious in it, and the trailers do nothing for this movie. Like I said before, like
Is it scary at all?
it's hard to explain. I don't want to get too much detail into it because it's gonna ruin it for you. But just let me tell you that the biggest thing I thought about the whole movie was the trailer got me there. Yes, but the movie was a lot better than what the trailer showed.
All right.
Yeah,
Because the trailer looked good. It looked good.
yeah. And you know what? It was good about it too. It wasn't CGI the whole thing. Like it was actually people dressed up in costumes. Like it looked like the remember Dark Crystals, the old Jim Henson.
Oh yeah. Oh
movie.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like that. Like it's like the big costumes, like kind of goofy looking and everything. But yeah,
Which kind of enhances the comical side of it. I assumed.
I mean, it was kind of scary, but you know what? Me and my roommate were talking about it, and I would say if you have a kid, I would say 12, 11 is fine to see this movie.
Wow.
I mean, it's PG-13, so if they're obviously 13, but I would go as low as probably because there's a good moral behind the movie. It's weird to explain.
Yeah.
You don't understand it until you see it.
Don't worry about explaining it.
Yeah.
We'll,
But that's it. I'm done.
All right.
But I wish it would have made more.
Yeah, I was surprised. I mean, I'm glad that it made as much as it because that was the one that in the fantasy movie league because I keep playing. I actually put that in. I think I did 3 of them. I just because I was like, oh, it's gonna come close to finishing first.
Yeah.
And it was not the most expensive one. So I'm glad that did well. I'm sure that one will have some good legs too.
Yeah.
Like it'll probably stay pretty strong throughout the next 4 weeks or so.
I think all the way up until Christmas.
Yeah, I think it'll go a little past Christmas. I think you're going to have those people that are just tired from shopping and going to the store, and they're just going to be like, I need to do something else.
Yeah.
Or if we get any snow, they're just going to be like, I need to go and, sit down and watch the movie. But as far as like Creed and all that kind of stuff go, I'm glad that movie's doing pretty well. Especially the night before, it's starting to hang on. Good word of mouth.
Yep.
It's actually, finally made its production budget back. So I'm happy about that because that movie was fucking hysterical.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
Oh my lord, that is. I mean, I loved Spy.
Yeah.
I thought that movie was hilarious. This one might be my funniest, like my favorite comedy of the year.
Of this year?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so fun. As soon as that movie comes out on DVD, I am buying that.
Was it better than Neighbors?
It's different than Neighbors, but. I think it's funnier than Neighbors.
Right,
I think
okay.
it's funnier.
I've
than
heard
Neighbors.
nothing but good things about it.
There is just if you like I wasn't a huge fan of Pineapple Express.
I was.
I liked it, but it wasn't one of those movies that I bought or anything like because I just didn't think it was like that funny. But this one I thought they just did it so well. Like just the chemistry between the 3 guys. They had a story that was kind of a little off, but it worked in the movie. The cameos that you get in it were so great. I don't want to get into the cameos because I think that adds to the surprise. This movie has the way that Seth Rogen acts when he's having his when he's taking these drugs that his wife gave him. That's not a spoiler because you see it in the trailers. That is epic. Like they did that so well. I told Brandon I recorded an episode last week and it did not work out. It totally got fucked up. I put it on the Facebook page and I put like a little clip of what happened. It was like every second that was filmed, it like missed a second and the audio was off and I couldn't change anything. And we filmed for about like 55 minutes and only recorded 26 minutes.
This one's good, right?
We'll find out at the end. I hope so. So that got messed up. But I was telling him last week, like I was convulsing, I was crying, I was laughing. So people were missing jokes because the laughter in the theater was so loud. Which is it's a good movie if you're missing jokes. And then you buy it on DVD and you're like, yes, I get to hear it again.
Yeah, you get to hear it again. Yeah,
great. I say holiday movie because obviously like Seth Rogen's character in the movie is Jewish, so it's a Christmas movie, but it's also a little
Hanukkah.
Yeah, not really, but kind of. I mean, because he's in it and he is celebrating Christmas, but there's a couple of scenes in there that are Jewish related that are hilarious.
All right.
So, we're going to get on to the next one here. Let me just pull that up. The actual first topic is, with our first topic, we are going to mix 2 segments together. The regular news and...
But first, let me take a selfie.
And that is, we're going to mix these two together because the first one up is the poster regarding the controversy that stirred up when China had their poster for the new Star Wars film. And they pretty much made everyone bigger on the poster except for one key character. And who is that key character? The only African American on the poster, and that is John Boyega. So, what are your thoughts on the Star Wars posters? They have the one on the which ones do you have? Which one did you pull up?
I got the shrinking John character.
Is that from Variety?
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's not from Variety.
All right. Well, they've had a couple different ones where they kind of showed one on the left and one on the right, and it is kind of interesting what they did. At first, it was so small when I saw it because I was looking on my phone. I didn't even see John Boyega.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I was like, where the hell is he? What the hell did they do with him? Did they just completely cut him out of them? Like, he is an important person. They actually have showed him on the trailer quite a bit. He's an important person.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he? So I was kind of shocked. I was actually really shocked by the whole situation. I don't know. I can't say that I've heard anything about China being like overly hateful towards black people but apparently, they're doing that for a reason. So there must be some kind of marketing team that feels like that it's necessary to shrink John Boyega to the point of where you almost can't see him. He's not that small, but he's
pretty goddamn small in there.
He's a side character, a very, very small side character in that.
The little round guy is bigger than him.
Yes, they enlarged like everybody except for him. And I know, like, in certain places, like, they really focused. They took Rey off the cover, and they made a big thing more about Kylo Ren, the main bad guy, because I think that some places, are still kind of, not as loving towards women as we are.
Yeah.
But they really appreciate villains and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, having Darth Vader on the cover and that's it would be like, whoa.
Yeah.
And this guy having this big badass looking guy like Adam Driver, who we know is Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
So that is one of those things that I just was like, I can't believe people are still doing this.
That's crazy.
What do you think about it?
It's insane. That's the only thing I can think of is, I don't know. It's very odd. I kind of want to know what their reasoning behind it is. I don't know. I've never associated China with being racist.
No, we know of the communism and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I never really heard a lot of bad things about it. I don't know. It's just
like being overly racist towards black people or something.
Yeah. It's just news to me.
Yeah.
I got some Asian friends. I might have to ask them.
Do you hate black people?
I was gonna ask him that.
Call one of my best friends. I gotta call him up and be like, "Hey, I gotta ask you a question about something real quick." How do you feel about black people?
Listen, did you see that new poster for Star Wars?
How do you feel about it?
Actually, we should have called him. I could have called him up on the podcast. Made a live call with him.
Why do you hate black people?
Not even told him he was on the podcast. Hey, why do you guys hate black people so much?
Man, that could get somebody in trouble so bad.
Imagine he went on this big rant about how it's really a big thing.
He's a big racist. Oh my God!
He lives in the heart of New York City, so it'd be pretty hard to be racist in the heart of New York City.
Well, yeah, considering every foot you get to see a different nationality. Yes, that would be.
Yeah, that's odd. That's very weird.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. Right back into new news, and that is Sony's TriStar Pictures has acquired worldwide rights to Danny Boyle's sequel to Trainspotting. With shooting starting in the late spring, Sony made a preemptive bid to acquire the rights Friday. The untitled film, based on the characters created by Irvine Welsh, reunites director Danny Boyle with screenwriter John Hodge and all of the principal cast of the 1996 film. Ewan McGregor, Johnny Lee Miller, Ewan Bremner, and Robert Carlyle, who recently said in an interview, "It's one of the best scripts I've fucking read." Well, they will all reprise their roles of Renton, Sick Boy, Spud, and Begbie, respectively. Sony plans to release the film in 2017 to mark its 21st birthday of the original film. What do you think about Trainspotting 2 coming out, and your thoughts on Robert Carlyle's comments? All right, Chadwick, give me your information. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. Trainspotting, it's more like a cult film, right? I mean, it got really high ratings in A lot of people like it. I love Danny Boyle. I mean,
Great director.
has he made a bad movie? I mean,
Well, some people will say The Beach. Him and Leonardo DiCaprio,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
yeah, that's true. But I mean, his repertoire. I mean, I love Slumdog Millionaire. Transpot. I can't remember too much about it. I know it was very drug related, but I think I only saw it once, so I really can't remember that much about it.
I'm in the same boat with you, actually, because I remember I had to be in college at the time. So we're talking 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago that I saw this film.
Yeah.
I remember watching it. I might have actually fallen asleep during it.
Yeah.
And I remember kind of it almost being over my head because I was, it's being in college. I might not even been paying attention that
Probably,
closely
yeah.
because I remember some of my friends being like, "Oh my God, this film's amazing. You need to watch it." And I remember kind of being like at the end, being like, "What? That was that's amazing." Like I just remember that, but I don't really remember anything about the movie.
Yeah.
So for me, it is kind of forgettable. But the fact is, I have only seen it once, and it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is like I do like going back and revisiting movies like this
Yeah.
because, for instance, the original Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, when I was a kid and I watched them for the first time, I probably was around 11, 12, 13 years old when I watched it for the first time. I remember being a little bored at times and thinking that the lightsaber battles were not all that cool because I had seen movies like Batman, which the practical effects that they used in that were kind of cool. And I'm kind of like the lightsaber battles are okay. They're a little slow, a little clunky, like whatever. So it didn't really resonate with me. But when I got a little older, watched the prequels, kind of got me back into it because I got to watch the originals all over again. Fell in love with the story, but it still wasn't like my favorite movie until, I obviously sat down with my kids and then, or my son, and watched 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3. And he loved them. And that made me love them even more. And now I'm like to the point of where the comic book movies, which are like, those are my jam. Like I love comic book movies, but Star Wars is like, it's like 1A, 1B almost at the point now. Batman is still, anything Batman related in a movie, I am more amped up to see that than anything. But when it comes to Star Wars, it's just right below that level. So I'm very excited to see that movie, but Trainspotting, I don't know if it's just the cult that I wasn't a part of that cult that really enjoyed it or what, but I will go back to see it before this second movie comes out to see if it's something that I really want to kind of go in and visit, because it does. I mean, the cult following is strong. A lot of people give it great reviews. So I have to go back and check out and hopefully have a better appreciation for it as an adult.
One of my biggest concerns for it is all these. This is where a lot of these guys got their start from this movie, like Ewan McGregor. Like I think it was like his first movie or bigger movie. These guys are going to be hard to get together now because they're all doing things now. Like McGregor's always in movies,
and there's talks that of a Obi-Wan prequel. Kind of a prequel, kind of it might be in between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 kind of era. And there is a chance that he would come back as Obi-Wan because he was very good in those movies.
Yeah.
He did a great job in 1, 2, and 3. I personally feel like he did a good job considering the poor direction and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, it seems like they want them all.
They want them all, and they want to come back. But I mean,
the movie is set to release in 2017, so they must have.
They got something set up.
Yeah, at least some verbal agreements.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next topic, and the next topic, actually segment. Next segment is
In or out of the movie trailer park.
that is Greg's voice, by the way. That is Greg, who I was talking about a little earlier when we were talking about old school Wayne.
Oh, wasn't my buddy Greg?
All right, so and in or out of the movie trailer park is where we get trailers. We kind of provide each other with some trailers, and then we tell you if we are in or out based off of these trailers. And if we're like, we might even tell you like if we're planning on going to see it in theater based off the trailer or whatever, but ultimately telling you if we're in or out on these trailers. First one up is Chad's trailer. It's the latest Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. This is the synopsis. Jane Austen's classic tale of the tangled relationship between lovers from different social classes in 19th century England is faced with a new challenge, an army of undead zombies. All right, Chad, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. What do you got here?
I know we already talked about this trailer. I mean,
Not this particular trailer.
not this
but-
particular
but
trailer.
we talked about this movie.
This is the international trailer. I know Brian was totally against this movie. I can't remember what you were. I think you were on the fence. I can't remember if you were in or out.
I probably was leaning more towards in.
Yeah. I saw the trailer the other day on the big screen when we went and saw. I can't remember what we went and saw.
Krampus?
They showed it. They showed it before Krampus, but there was another movie I went and saw last week that they showed this trailer in, and it looks amazing on the big screen. It looks like it's gonna be a kick-ass movie, and it kind of reminds me a little bit like Kill Bill, like which I loved. I love both of them.
I can see that.
And it's just a bunch of women kicking ass. I don't know. I don't understand why Brian wouldn't want that. Like, these girls are hot too. Like, there's just hot chicks beating the shit out of zombies and blood everywhere, and it's just not like knives in their like fucking little socks and stuff. And oh my god,
In their socks.
it's just badass, man.
Yeah, I mean, this trailer, both of the trailers that I've seen for this so far, I would say I'm slightly in. This one might have even edged me into the in a little bit even more, just because I like the idea. It seems like it's going to be a fun, like a stupid kind of fun movie, but it's not taking itself too seriously. But at the same time, it is, and they seem like they're balancing it very well.
Yeah.
So that's what I like about it. And the fact that this movie stars Lily James, who was Cinderella last year, and then that was a great movie. She did a great job as Cinderella. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do as far as the acting, as far as like the action side of everything goes. I'm looking forward to see that. They're showing a lot of quick clips with all the action, which isn't allowing you actually to see how good the action is going to be. So that's what I want to see. I want to see if the choreography for these fightings and these action scenes, if it's actually as cool as it could be, because that could be the thing that lets it down. So I'm looking forward to see it in the theater, so that hoping that we're going to get really good action sequences. Because if you do some good action, like they've shown in Spy, like you do some good action, have some levity and all that kind of stuff, you can make a movie that makes a shitload of money.
Yeah, I think it's gonna make some good money. I mean, you look at the title kind of. I think the title kind of pushes people away sometimes because they like see it and they're like,
another zombie movie.
Yeah, another zombie movie. But like I said, I was at the movie theater with a couple of people and they're all like, yeah, we got to go see that.
All right. So next trailer up is The Nice Guys. This is a new Shane Black movie. A private eye investigates the apparent suicide of a fading porn star in the 1970s Los Angeles and uncovers a conspiracy. This movie is starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. I'll start off with this because this is my trailer.
Yep.
This trailer is amazing. I am going to see opening night. If I can get a screener, I will do whatever I have to try and get a screener. Yeah. Because this movie looks amazing. This is like one of those roles that you never get to see Russell Crowe in. You don't get to see Ryan Gosling playing this character where he's kind of a wuss a little bit, but oh my, that opening sequence where he comes in and Russell Crowe's just like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, he just punches him right in the face. Yeah. The guy hits the ground. He's like, what the hell? He's like, here's my wallet. Just take my wallet. He's like, no, that's not it. He's like, he grabs him, throws him on the ground. He's like, all right, now I'm gonna break your elbow. So you're just gonna tell your doctor this. And he's like, no. And then he breaks it and he squeals like, oh my gosh, it was amazing. And then it just has that tone throughout the whole movie, and like the dialogue between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling is amazing. I think this movie is going to be a cult, but it's going to be a large cult, and this movie is going to get wicked high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. And on top of that, this one might be one of those movies that kind of sneaks up on people at the end of the year next year, and we get maybe some Oscar buzz for it, because it's not really your typical Oscar, baiting kind of movie. It has, it's some really dark dialogue and stuff like that. But oh my Lord, this movie looks amazing. I'm so in. What about you?
The trailer alone, I guess I would go see it. I wasn't as excited as you are, obviously.
Oh my Lord.
But it does look like
was
it's going to
amazing.
be pretty good. It looks like it has like a good set, like I guess like a set design. Like it looks like it's really true to the point to the 70s, and looks like it's going to be a really cool movie. I mean, like I said, I'm not as excited as you, but I'm on that side of the fence with you. I'm not willing to do whatever to get to go see this movie. This might be an opening night for me. Like that's fine. Like screener, yeah, but opening night, I'll go see it. I mean,
I am seeing this. All right, so next one up is Chad's second trailer, and that is the Keanu Reeves
ooh,
Exposed. After witnessing a miracle, a young Latina woman experiences strange things as a police detective searches for the truth behind his partner's death. All right, Chad, break it off. Break it off, buddy.
this looks terrible. His stupid faces that he makes all the time.
It's got a great name.
Great name. You couldn't even find it. Like I looked it up. Like
The other movie came up.
there's like
Yeah.
15 different movies that come up. Like Exposed. There was just a movie that came out this year called Exposed.
You think they're hiding it behind his dumb face?
The title alone makes me not want to see this movie. Keanu Reeves
Your
makes me
favorite
not
actor?
want to watch this movie.
You want Keanu Reeves and Anna Kendrick to make babies.
I don't want to see Keanu Reeves as a detective or whatever whatever he was in this. I don't even remember. I mean, to be honest with you,
For me, this trailer, I watched this trailer and I was like, oh, come on, Keanu. Like, you just gave us John Wick.
yeah, exactly.
And that was amazing. And then you go and you do Knock Knock, which was, from what I heard, horrible.
Not that good.
And then you have this trailer that comes out, and this looks like, it's like he was like, all right, I did an awesome movie. Now I
Yeah.
can go back to doing all my shit movies.
Stupid movies.
Yes, I can go back to doing a bunch of crap movies.
Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait. Because you know that he was getting offers left and right.
Yeah, he had to have been from John Wick.
This looks terrible. This
Yeah.
looks so bad. The trailer was dumb.
Yep.
The performances, even Mira. So what's her? I can't remember her last name. Sorvino. Is that how you pronounce her last name?
I
can't
couldn't
remember.
tell you because I can't find it anywhere on IMDb or anything.
She can be a good actress, but
Yep.
she looks horrible in this movie. Everybody. Then you have Shooter McGavin,
Shooter McGavin!
who looks like he should be on a porn set.
He looks like he should be in the trailer with Ryan Gosling.
Yes, exactly. He should be in that trailer. But oh my God, he looks like he's in not even the 70s porn that everyone's. This is like 80s porn. Like he's got this weird looking mustache. I just want to say Shooter.
Remember we were talking about the other day.
Yes.
I'm on the case.
He's so ridiculous. I might have sent us something very inappropriate, and it was pretty funny. But
Yeah.
I won't go into that right now.
Come on.
You have to get into my circle of friends in order to hear my the dirty side of my mind. All right, so last trailer up is the second official long trailer for Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Fearing the actions of a godlike superhero left unchecked, Gotham City's own formidable, forceful vigilante takes on Metropolis' most revered modern-day savior while the world wrestles with the sort of hero it really needs. And with Batman and Superman at war, a new threat quickly arises, putting mankind in a greater danger than it's ever known before. All right. That is the synopsis there. I will start off with this. For one, the beginning of this trailer was amazing. The dialogue between Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent back and forth was so great. Now, this trailer, obviously a lot of people are freaking out with all the spoilers, and
Yeah.
yes, that they did not need to show I'm drawing a blank on his name now. I keep wanting to say Darkseid, but that's not Doomsday.
Doomsday.
So they definitely showed him. They shouldn't have, but there is a guy who made a trailer after the fact. I posted it on our Facebook page. I'll post a little description in a little link to the description in the comment section below. And he created a trailer that is amazing, and it was like how it should have been done. Unfortunately, he did take out one of my favorite lines in it, and that's when Lex is talking to Lois Lane, and he's like, "Psychotic is a 3-syllable word, too big for little minds or something, or too little for, or no, yeah, too big for little minds."
Yeah.
That little dialogue that he has with her, I loved. But they carried it on a little too long. They should have left that little humor at the end out. Like, the first trailer that they came out was amazing. The beginning of this trailer was amazing. I love Ben Affleck's voice.
Yeah.
I love the way he talks as Batman. I love the way he talks as Bruce Wayne. I'm just so looking forward to it. And then they just kind of spoiled it a little bit at the end. What about you?
I agree with you with everything. I mean, I've never seen one single Superman movie. But I've seen the first Batman, so I kind of understand it a little bit.
Yeah.
But just watching this trailer,
fell asleep through the Dark Knight.
yeah, just watching this trailer alone, I'm all in. I mean, it does look amazing. I mean, like you said, the dialogue at the beginning had me intrigued. Like, I'm like, yeah, this kind of sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And then you see like my girl Amy Adams like pop up. I'm like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah. See,
Jesse Eisenberg, I like him.
Yeah. I actually like him as Lex. A lot of people find him really annoying. I really like that, how he kind of is over there and overly flamboyant and kind of talking to people and animated, but then you see him talking with Lois Lane and he's very dark and just kind of like I am so much fucking smarter than you. Like, don't even talk to me kind of deal.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that side of it. Now, I will say, people like us who watch a lot of trailers, watch a shitload of movies, know a lot about the comics. I mean, you're not really into the comic side of it, but like the people like me, Brian and Brandon, who like are very into these comic book movies, we watch a lot of this stuff and we're like, oh, they spoiled so much.
Yeah.
Well, I just did a wedding just this past week, and some of the caterers were talking about the trailer. And they're like, it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, edit that out.
Doomsday was in this movie. I've already said fuck about 12 times. We're not there yet.
All right, okay.
And I was like, they were like, Doomsday was in it. This is going to be so amazing. And they were all hyped up about it. So I'm like, maybe it was a good thing that they said it. But for me, it felt like a spoiler. Like, I mean, not necessarily a spoiler because I know there's going to be a lot more. I'm not even sure Doomsday isn't going to be at the very end, and that might be where it ends as a cliffhanger to Dawn of, like, the actual Justice League. But some people are saying like they just showed us the third act, like, of the film.
I just recently, because I was doing a little bit of research on the back a little bit yesterday, and I guess the article came out. I don't know if, how many articles have come out about it, but they're saying Flash Gordon might make an appearance in it too.
Not Flash Gordon, Flash.
Oh,
Flash
okay.
Gordon
Flash.
is a totally different person.
Okay. All right, okay, never mind. Yeah, the Flash. Yeah, Flash. Yeah. He would be cool if he was in it. he was the dude from Ted, right?
Yeah. And Flash Gordon.
So they're two different people. I didn't even know they were two different people.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are two different people. Flash Gordon.
So Flash is the one that on Big Bang Theory, like
Yes.
Sheldon is always talking about. All right, okay.
Yeah.
I always thought they were the same people.
Yeah, Flash is a DC character. Flash Gordon is
Just
different. He's a different
old
character
school,
altogether.
like
he's. Yeah, I mean, you want to watch a guilty movie pleasure? Watch Flash Gordon. It is late 70s, and holy crap, did they put like the special effects in it are just like pretty bad. The dialogue can be a little awful, but like it's a must watch.
Yeah,
it's one of those.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Then.
It's Flash Gordon. I mean, it's but it's got Flash. I love that. I love the soundtrack is like amazing, but oh my gosh, they have these like flying like Hawkmen kind of, and it's so awesome. It's so bad.
I gotta check this out now.
Fight scenes on like this little teeter-totter thing that like shoots up spikes every once in a while, and it's like, oh, it's so great. It's so great. Yeah. All right, so we have about about 10 minutes left for our we're skipping 30-second thoughts today, and we're gonna go right into
it's time for Random Rants and Rave Reviews.
And this is pretty much an open format talk. We can, mostly revolves around movies, but sometimes it does not, and it evolves into something totally different.
Yeah. So,
but it's open format. Sometimes you do, 5 minutes. Sometimes we do up to 20 minutes of an open format discussion. Today it'll be about 10 minutes. So I have a little question. I'm just going to start off this here. Since we're in December already, well, we can rip through this pretty quick.
Yep.
And we have seen a shitload of movies.
Yep.
For this year. And there are a couple of great movies that haven't come out yet, like The Revenant, Hateful Eight,
Yeah.
Star Wars, all the, a couple of really, really Alvin and the Chipmunks,
Well, I can't wait for that.
Sisters.
Yeah.
Those movies have not come out yet, so this isn't official. But what are some of your favorite films and performances of 2015 so far?
All right. You
So
want
yeah, go. Well, you
start?
can name one. Yeah, and
I'll name a couple that I really enjoyed. From the beginning in January '71.
yep.
I still think is one of my favorite movies of the year. Unfortunately, it came out at the beginning of the year,
At
so
the very
it's,
beginning. Yeah.
so it's like it's lost all steam, and it's not gonna get Oscar nominated for anything, and which disappoints me. But it is what it is. Another one is Ex Machina, which is not gonna get Oscar nominated either, which
don't think so?
kind of blew my mind a little bit because when it came out, it got so much like talk about getting Oscar, and every list that I've seen so far, it's not on the list. But we both enjoyed Kingsman.
Kingsman was a lot of fun.
I think that was one of the better movies of the year.
Yeah, this doesn't have to be Oscars and all.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
our favorite one.
My favorite movie of the year is gonna be corny, but it's Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that movie. I've seen it 4 or 5 times.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I know it's kind of cliche and kind of boring, but and obviously Fast and Furious 7. I really enjoyed that movie. This guy's got a list.
No, I mean, I've had that list going for a while. I just want to.
My favorite my favorite performances of the year. Oh, well, and obviously Spotlight is probably my favorite movie of the year besides Jurassic World.
It's not one of those movies that like Jurassic World.
Oscar-
You go and watch like 14 times.
Yeah,
but
Oscar wise, I would put Spotlight as I think is gonna win this year, even with The Revenant not coming out.
Okay.
For performances, obviously Michael Fassbender and Seth Rogen in
Steve Jobs.
Even though I didn't like the movie,
I love
loved
that movie.
I loved their performances, and
And I actually think that because you have Jeff Daniels, who was in Steve Jobs, he was also in The Martian. A lot of people are saying that he might be up for a supporting role, an Oscar for a supporting role
Yeah.
in both of those movies. Now, I don't think he was great in The Martian, but he was really good in Steve Jobs. And I liked Kate Winslet. I thought she was amazing. One of her best performances ever, which is something to that's something to say because she's an amazing actress. Michael Fassbender, amazing as
Yeah.
far as a role goes. But like some of my favorite movies of the year, The Night Before is one of those movies. Like I loved that movie. That movie killed it for me as far as a comedy goes. Spy was amazing. Kingsman was awesome. MI5 was great. Jurassic World was a little bit of a letdown to me. I still had some issues with the CG and stuff like that. Just it was a little overused, but it was a fun ride. So, and I think Chris Pratt did a very good job playing that role. So there's so many good movies that came out this year. I mean, we could just go on and on and on and on.
it's a good year for
about so
for
many
good
movies.
quality movies.
Yeah, I mean, and Trainwreck.
Yeah,
that
Trainwreck
was fucking
was
amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
Pitch Perfect 2 was a little bit of a letdown from
Yeah.
the first one.
I thought it was
but
too.
still was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good film. So there was so many Inside Out, and that was great.
Did Cinderella come out this year?
Yeah.
Or was that at the end of
That
last
was
year?
this year, yeah. It was
Okay,
on-
yeah.
That was on the on my most anticipated list, and we actually just saw to see In the Heart of the Sea, which wasn't. We had totally different opinions
Yeah.
for it. I actually posted it on my review on YouTube and stuff like that already, and I actually talked about that a little bit on the review. But yeah, that movie wasn't. That was kind of on my most anticipated list as well. It was like number 8 or something like that. But Cinderella was on that list. MI5 might have been on that list. There was a couple that were just kind of like honorable mentions as well. But yeah, there were so many good movies. I mean, Martian was great. Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max was good
Fury
too.
Road was awesome with Charlize Theron.
Yeah, that was good.
So many good ones. I loved Bridge of Spies. I thought that was a really good movie. There's a couple of I enjoyed The Walk with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He had a great year because that was a really good movie. I don't think he's gonna get any Oscar noms, but like the cinematography might, creep in there a little bit for Robert Zemeckis' film. Because it was really well done. Like gave you.
He has another movie. Is Snowden coming out this year?
I think.
Or is it coming out next year?
I think it's next
Because
year.
I think that's going to be really good.
I think it got pushed. I think it got pushed to next year.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
good.
that's he's a talented actor.
Yeah,
he's
he is.
talented,
He's very
so
talented,
That's
yeah.
really good. And and the whole Inside Out thing, I think that there is a chance that it could get nominated, the first animated film to ever get nominated for best overall
It's gonna.
picture.
I think it's gonna.
It could get pushed out. I mean, because you're gonna have so many with the Revenant coming out, maybe The Hateful Eight. I mean,
See, I've got.
Quentin Tarantino gets, he can rub some of the Oscar, voters the wrong way sometimes. But he has an Oscar, so he could possibly get The Hateful Eight in there. I heard Sam Jackson does an amazing job.
Right now, inside I got this website that I'm on. They do the odds, like Vegas odds, and I can't remember how many like critics or whatever they include like The Revenant and all that, and Inside Out is number 10 right now. Just
Yeah,
inside,
so it's
just
close,
inside
yeah.
of it, yeah.
So we'll see if they get 10 movies. There's some kind of crazy algorithm that they use.
It might be weird that it might get nominated for best movie of the year, but might not win animated movie of the year.
Was there another?
There's
one or something like that?
another movie coming out. It's a stop motion film. It's coming out in December, at the end of this month, and I heard it was amazing.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those low budget like ones that might sneak in and just like everybody's what the hell is that movie is that? But I guess it's gotten like rave reviews everywhere except for the United States.
Wow.
So it could be. It's actually number 1 right now. It's ahead of Inside Out in the odds right now. So
Wow.
yeah. So it'd be kind of weird if it get nominated for movie of the year and then
doesn't win.
Didn't win.
I would say, I mean, as far as the animated films that I've seen this year, that one hands down. That was a great movie. I mean, and it was as much as it was for kids, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, because there was so much like just making you think about emotions and stuff like that. And they did such a clever way of kind of creating how the whole thing between joy and sadness and all that kind of stuff, that they just did such a great job and flipped the script at the end, and you were just like, oh, that is true. You need that to do that, all that kind of stuff, to really appreciate that and all that kind of stuff.
It was probably my third. I think it's gonna win. I mean, in the long run. But personally, it was my third favorite animated film. I put the Peanuts ahead of it. I love the Peanuts.
Thanks for saying
Peanuts.
Yeah, thanks for Peanuts.
And my favorite animated movie of the year was Shaun of the Sheep, which is gonna get nominated for animated movie of the year too.
Probably.
And that movie. Everybody should show their kids that movie.
I keep waiting for like a weekend where it's raining so that we're stuck in the house a little bit, and then I can pop that on and watch it with my son, because I haven't seen it yet.
That was the first movie I brought my nephew to.
Yeah.
And I was really nervous about it because there's no talking in it.
Yeah. Oh, there's none.
There's none. There's no talking.
They don't. Yeah, because they don't talk in the.
Even the adult, the man that owns the farm doesn't talk. He mumbles it's like Wallace and Grimace, like that kind of stop motion. It's amazing. He loved it. He was 3 years old and he's dancing, and it was amazing to watch him just enjoy a movie like that. Like that doesn't have to talk.
That's cool. Excellent.
Yeah. So what were your favorite like performances? Like if you had to pick like your favorite actor right now, like as of right now, without seeing The Revenant, because obviously I think Leo is going to be number 1 on your list after seeing The Revenant.
I hope so.
Yeah.
As of right now, I'd say Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
With
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. He was probably the best. Tom Hanks.
Would you
did a
go
great
with
job.
Seth Rogen as supporting?
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Academy will do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Michael Keaton's winning supporting.
Yeah, that's what I hear for Spotlight.
Yeah.
I hear that he put out another great
Him and
performance.
Ruffalo, man, they're duking it out in the same movie.
I would love for him to get one, because he is such. Still, even now, he's such an underrated actor.
Yeah.
Like, people don't give him his credit, and he has just done everything from comedy to action to, serious, and he's great, and I love him, and I really hope that he does. And on one of the movies that actually was pretty good, and I thought like what's his face, Benicio del Toro. He did a really good job but it was Sicario.
Sicario.
But for me, he kind of missed the mark a little bit here and there. Like, I don't know, I just didn't buy his character as much.
Yeah.
But that's one that a lot of people are talking about as far as supporting role.
Yeah.
Another one for best actress is like Emily Blunt first, the same movie, Sicario. I hope Lily James gets nominated for best actress in Cinderella, because she did a phenomenal job in that.
Yeah.
I want to see like the stepmother, what's her face, Cate Blanchett.
Yep.
I want to see her get nominated as a supporting role, because she was on point
Yeah, she
in
was
that
good.
movie. She was great.
Yeah.
She might have been better than Lily James, and Lily James was really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's so
Unfortunately, I
many.
didn't see their names on the list, but I mean,
Yeah.
they could sneak up. I mean, these. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's not an official list or anything, so anything could pop up. But all right, so before we end this, I got a game that I want to play with you.
Oh, we got like 2 minutes.
And it's gonna take 2 minutes.
Okay.
This is just a game that I came up with.
Because I had something too that I wanted, and we'll do it real quick before we end.
All right, this is just a game that kind of get you talking about movies and just get your mind thinking a little bit. I got 10 actresses and then actors. I'm just gonna say their name, and I want you to say the movie that first pops up in your head when I say their name.
Oh shit!
So this is quick. I'm not talking just sit there and think. I want the first movie that pops into your head.
But I'm dumb, so it might
No,
take me a second.
well, it can take you a second, but I don't want you thinking like, "Oh, should I say this movie or should
right.
I say this movie?"
Yeah, no,
Just the first thing that pops in your head. All right. It's gonna start off easy. George Clooney.
Ocean's 11.
All right. Mark Wahlberg.
Ted.
Meryl Streep.
Julia.
Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Dead Man on Canvas.
Exactly. That was mine. Anna Kendrick.
Baby, grind with me. Relax your mind, take your time with me.
Pitch Perfect.
Harrison Ford.
Star Wars. Which is weird because I more think of Indiana Jones.
I was gonna say. I thought you were gonna say Indiana Jones
because I think it's a better role.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg. Lex Luthor. Batman vs. Superman. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. Dumb and Dumber.
Julia Roberts.
Pretty Woman.
And finally, Jim Carrey.
Ace Ventura.
There you go.
Yeah. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's funny that I didn't say Indiana Jones. But
Yeah. That was the first thing when I put down his name. I was like, he's gonna say Indiana Jones. I didn't know what Indiana Jones you were gonna say.
Yeah, I would have just said the first one. Indiana Jones, whatever. Just that character. I mean, but I'm surprised I said Star. But Star Wars we've been so inundated with it like lately that that's probably why I said it. So the one little thing that I wanted to mention to you, I know there's a certain movie that you are really looking forward to this year. It's a comic book movie, this coming year. But I know you're also looking forward to Zoolander 2. Zoolander 2 and Deadpool are opening up on the same weekend. Which movie do you think will make more money?
Deadpool.
Think so?
Yeah. Deadpool by far. I don't even think it would be close.
Really?
No.
You don't think so?
They might open up 1 and 2, but I don't think it would be any kind of contest.
So what do you think? What do you think Deadpool's going to do?
I can't. I don't know. On top of my head, I don't know.
No, I mean like superhero movies typically open between like
What did the first Avengers do?
opening weekend?
Yeah.
Like 200 million.
All right.
Like the typical superhero movies, like Ant-Man,
Yeah, Ant-Man.
opened up to like 55. Guardians of the Galaxy
I think-
opened up to like 90 or
I'm
something.
gonna put 80.
80.
Yeah.
I think that's
Zoolander
that's
2 doesn't do
optimistic.
80.
I think it's optimistic that it does that much. See, I think Deadpool is going to do like somewhere between 50 and 60 because it's R-rated, so it's going to limit some of the people that got to see it. And I think that Zoolander 2 could potentially beat it.
I don't think it has a chance. I really don't. I think it might be 1 and 2. I don't know. I haven't looked that far ahead. I don't know what other movie. Maybe another movie's coming out that week, possibly. But I don't know why they would. But with these 2 big movies coming out, but I don't see Zoolander 2 doing the numbers that Deadpool is gonna do. People are excited about Deadpool.
Yeah.
People are waiting for Deadpool.
Zoolander 2 has the record for most views on YouTube for a comedy all time
Yeah.
for its trailer.
Yeah, but does it have more than Deadpool?
That I don't know.
Because Deadpool, I know, has like millions and millions and millions of views.
I'm actually going to check this real quick before we sign off. Zoolander, what it did opening weekend for its first movie.
Yep.
Its first movie only did 15 million.
Yeah.
Overall, it did 60.7 million worldwide.
Yeah.
That movie has an extremely high following. I think it's going to do about what it did worldwide. It's going to come close to that opening weekend. I think it's going to do somewhere around 50 million.
So, do you want to put a little side bet on this, or are you willing to say that
no, I'm
Zoolander
not,
2?
because
Oh, okay.
I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be really close.
See, I don't think it's gonna be close. I just don't think it's gonna be close. Like, I don't think it's gonna be within like 10.
You don't think it's gonna be within $10 million?
Nah.
We might have to place a bet. So we're gonna sign off here. People can find you at the Diz.
I should just change to everything to the Diz.
To the Diz, yeah. See Dizzle82. You got it on the screen over there.
Yeah.
Except for Snapchat. What is Snapchat different?
Snapchat is Sir Chadwick 82.
All right. And for me, you can find me everywhere at the Cinebros, Facebook.com/the Cinebros, YouTube. We're at YouTube.com/the Movie House Maniacs, which
Subscribe.
I don't
please.
even have that, so you can put it up right now, but you can see it underneath there. Please subscribe. We're still trying to get those subscriptions up. We actually got up to like 122, and then we lost 2 of them. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Come on. It's like now we're back down to 120. Oh, it's been like pulling teeth. I was like, one of my friends, we were traveling in the car up to the gig, and I was like, harassing me for reviews.
Yeah.
Like, just subscribe to the freaking YouTube channel. I post them on YouTube. All you have to do is do that, click them, and they're like, "Oh, did you like this movie? Did you see it? Did you see it?" Like, yeah, I saw it. I see a lot of the movies.
Yeah.
Like, go check out YouTube.
We need to get business cards.
Oh my gosh, I thought about getting a skin for my laptop and putting it on there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, YouTube.com/the Movie House Maniacs, and it's such a
Cinebros.
long thing though. It's tough to fit on there and have it be read, easily read. All right, so you can find us. Obviously, you can find Chad at the Diz.
At the,
Not really.
I gotta see if that website's taken. At the Diz.
And you can find me at the Cinebros. We hope you guys had a good time watching the show. If you have any questions or anything, you can email us to. It's at the Cinebros, thecinebros@gmail.com. Other than that, we will see you guys again next week. And hope you have a good time at the movie show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Peace out. Peace.
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.